We've got the Guru here, and it's good to see you this morning, the Guru. Happy New Year. This is the first time we're sitting together in the studio. There were many times in 2024. This will be one of many 2025 where we'll tap from your vast reservoir of knowledge. So happy New Year. Good morning. It's great to have you on this because it's Femi today and the Guru. It's not Coyote, it's Femi and the Guru today.
Coyote.
Which one is Coyote? You have your favorite person in Lagos talk. You have your favorite person in Lagos talk.
I'm not with Coyote today.
No. We sent him far. We sent him far away.
You go and do what?
We go and look at what Ghana has got to do.
But you said you describe his activity where he is now.
Yes.
You don't want to repeat it. What did you tell
So
him?
he listed to me because I sent a private investigator to go and find out much more. Kade looks like someone who is very sneaky, like he has a thing or two up his sleeve. So next week we'll do a tell-all next week.
He has more than 2. He has more than 100 up his sleeve. You were not there at the Nigeria factor? Were you there?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't opportune that day.
Well, of course, I never expected you to be there.
Oh no, it was in my alma mater, so I was always going to go there.
Even if the enemies were to do their worst.
No, it was in my alma mater.
I wasn't expecting you to be there.
You know.
Yes. How are you?
I'm very good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Lagos Talks 91.3 FM.
This is the first edition of the
first edition, today being the 6th day.
Yeah. And to think that the Guru started this year, the first edition with Femi. Wow. Stranger things have happened.
You are fully covered.
Yes, I know.
As you have been fully investigated.
Yes, I know.
So those here will come to the public.
Yes.
After
and there's nothing
to
hide.
Returned.
There's nothing to hide.
Now, today, you are welcome. Here we have Femi and the Guru. And the good news is that I am not far away. He's not far away.
Never.
I am not far away. Femi himself is not far away. So you are welcome. We have issues to discuss today. But today is going to be one day that I will urge all listeners across the globe to be very, very attentive because we are accepting one or two things that are so sacrosanct that people would ordinarily run away from them. But you know the Guru is not the one that will run away from matters.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the one that will run away from matters. So today, as we kick off the year 1925 of our Lord Jesus Christ, be prepared to have facts. These are facts that you can always take to the bank because they are just as sacred as the banker's money or the banker's check. First and foremost, let me welcome us to our historical perspective for today. It's a very short one, but let me quickly announce it in advance that I have a guest here with me. I shall bring the guest on within a jiffy. Also, this guest with me here is physically with me. I'm looking at his face now, eyeball to eyeball. I equally have another guest that is waiting to be looped up in a matter of moments. Then, our menu today contains only 3 items. I will read the items because Femi was far away from me until a few minutes ago when he decided to graciously join me to present me for today. But I must equally tell you that you know Femi very, very well. He's a guru when it comes to the world of sports. But he is joining me more as a bribe so that the investigation that I carried out about his third family life. But by the time Coyote comes, it will be within the discretion of that my son Coyote either to keep his secret or to let the cat out of the bag. Coyote will have the discretion to do that. So once again, you are welcome. Historical perspective, very, very short, is this. I am the Please, I'm reading. I am the only governor in Nigeria presently that all his children are schooling in the country and not even beyond southeast. I repeat, I am the only governor in Nigeria presently that all his children are schooling in the country and not even beyond southeast. 3 of my children are there in Ebonyi and 2 in Enugu. Their biggest school fees is 35,000 naira. I repeat that. Their biggest school fees is 35,000 naira. And when I told them in the Nigeria Governor Forum, all were surprised and felt sober. Some commissioners in my government have schools. They are paying over 2 million naira per term for their children. But I can't imagine myself paying such amount that's more than 5 million per term for my children. Where will I get the money to continue paying for their school fees after my temporary tenure as a governor? I don't want to develop blood pressure during the time I should be rested. We must have to join hands together and reposition educational system in the country such that we can bring down those things that are lacking here. So who is saying this? His Excellency Right Honorable Francis Ogbonna, the same governor that I presented the historical perspective about 3 weeks ago, whom the father had, I don't think he will marry anymore. The father, who is now the youngest monarch in Ebonyi State, is a husband of 90 wives, and he's been able to keep 48, or how many did I call that, the children? It's the son that is talking now. Did you imagine the situation that a governor, all his children, none is abroad? 3 in Ebonyi, his state, 2 in Enugu. And the highest school fees he pays per term for each of those children is 35,000 naira. When some of his colleagues pay 2 million naira per term. When the former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, had to pay $790,000 or per term for a child that is not yet in the university in Kogi.
That's planning for the future.
So there is something thick about this governor. Honorable Francis Ogbonna, we fool. There's something thick about that family. There's something thick about it.
Have we gotten to the point, the Guru, where we've lost a lot of credibility amongst ourselves that now becomes the yardstick to measure success? Or true Nigerianness, if I may say? Because if you're telling me now that a governor is saying his family's children are all schooling here, it shows that, and he's saying this boldly, it means because he knows the others do not have this. He even
mentioned that when he told them at the governor's forum that they were surprised and they became sober.
Were they sober because they...
No, that's what he said. I'm quoting him.
Sober, politicians sober.
The governors.
Politicians sober, the Guru.
No, but he made a statement that we should take recognition of. In an era that a governor will send a child to a school, not even university now, and be paid 2 million naira per term, when he has a total package value for salary, which is well known to every other person, when it is on record that the mother was selling bully by the roadside, before he managed to become governor, they pulled the mother out of selling bully. Meaning, not that because he has an inheritance he's displaying. This is the morale of the lesson that this Ebonyi State governor have just taught us. And look what he said. He said, where would I get the money to continue pay that when I would have, by the time I leave this temporary office as governor? But some will be there. It will look like you can't argue this with Yancy Wiki, who would want to remain, who believes that he will remain governor forever and ever. Or would you be able to argue this one with those after leaving the state? They want to remain in control. They appoint who takes the next governor. If you are not performing, not according to the wish of the people, according to his wish, he will now represent the people, saying, on behalf of my people, I remove you. You are no more the governor. It doesn't matter either the city governor that he is about removing is jumping from one end to another end to go and take picture with him, say, let me go and meet my guy. If you adapt, go and meet somebody. All right, this is the historical perspective.
Yeah.
Now we've gone off it. Now, straight away, because I have guests, there are issues we want to tackle.
Yes.
Today. 3 items is Obasanjo doubts workability of Port Harcourt Warri Refinery despite NNPC's announcement. This day newspaper brought it up. Then this day newspaper equally brought up the counter to what Obasanjo said. That is reply from NNPC by inviting President Olusegun Obasanjo to come and take a tour of their
facilities,
and see how much they modelize and how much they are competing as the best in the world. Then number 2, 5 Yar'Adua cancelled Port Harcourt refinery sales. Falana told us this in the Punch newspaper. Then number 3 is Naira to depreciate to 1,804 per dollar in 2025. Report. Daily Post. Now, Daily Post is telling us that because as we talk right now, dollar is, I think, about 1,640 Naira to $1. But the Daily Post is telling us that by 2025, it is still, dollar, we are talking of speculative market.
Yes.
And that the rate may go as far as 1,804 Naira per dollar. That's just all about that. I'm not going to spend 1 minute more on that topic because the 2 topics of Obasanjo dash workability of Port Harcourt
Refinery
is 2 major.
Yes.
Not to give people attention. Then why Yar'Adua cancelled Port Harcourt blah blah refinery arrangement of $750,000. Falana told us now that it's because of Obasanjo involvement that Obasanjo did something unholy. He allocated too much. He bought it to the consortium and that agreed on the $750,000 at a time that what was packaged as $750,000 was worth $5.5 billion. That's Femi Falana. Femi Falana will not be a liar. He has never been one. He's not caught with that. He will tell you as it is. It's one Nigeria that I always respect. Like since last year, I had wanted to bring him here so as to give him an award and ask him the question, do you have any successor? Because after Femi Falana would have gone the way of every mortar, who will take over the baton from him? No one is on the record. Now, based on this, I have 2 guests. First, sitting directly looking at my eyes now, and the man is not even smiling.
Well, you just raised a very concerning matter.
We'll come to that.
Yes. So I'm sure that's why his smile disappeared.
Mr. Obaro Ogadhe, I recognize him and I always announce him to be the last man standing on petroleum affairs in Africa. I'm yet to be beaten by production of any other one. Obaro, let me reveal this secret to you. I was talking of you somewhere last week it was one of these talk about the new year we are entering and expectation. Then the professional, because the man I was discussing with is a seasoned, very, very seasoned professional, old man like me, even older than me, and a man who has seen it all. Then he said, by the way, Godwin, where is your barrow? Then, because I have a very, very junior nephew, Obaro, then I said, oh, my I said, no. He said, this one I'm asking is more of your real Obaro than your... Because that my nephew is big in one of the banks. Leading. Then he said, no time he speaks that you can fault him. I said, you listen to him as... He said, you know, I have been participating in this industry for years. If I now found it convenient to go on retirement, of course, he is big. He said, no one will tell you, unless those who would lie against him, that there is a day he showed something that he could not prove. He said, I respect him. He said, please give my regards to him. So, regards to you.
Thank you, sir.
You are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Before I introduce my second guest, how is your wife?
Very well, sir.
Did you thank her for me as I sent you the other day? Because without her permission, you will not be doing this favor to Nigerians by always coming to join me to talk about this.
Yes, I did, sir.
Oh, God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
And of course, this is the first week. This is the first. We are in today is the 6th day of January, so we are still in the mood of the new year.
Yes.
Is there no one or two people you want to say happy birthday to? Happy New Year to? I give you say 1.5 minutes to say happy New Year to any one of your friends.
Yes. Thank you, Guru, once again for this honor of always inviting me to the studio to talk on national issues. Thank you, Lagosians. I greet you all and Happy New Year to all listeners all over the world and Lagosians. Secondly, I have my uncle, Dr. Edwin A.C. Your work, everything you do, I'm well informed and I appreciate. I want to use this opportunity to tell you that your efforts are not in vain, and a wonderful, wonderful and prosperous new year. And also your son, Eoma AC. Finally, something really happened to one of my uncle who stood firm in the face of intimidation, everything, and stood by the truth. And the truth must be, the truth has no other alternative. And these were his last words. Unfortunately, we lost him on the 25th of December. Uncle John Todd, rest in power. Rest in power. Your legacies we will sustain. Your shoes you left are quite big. We will try as much as possible to fill them. John, once again, John Todd, rest in power.
Okay. What was his age when he passed on?
I don't know his actual age, but he's well below 60 years.
Below?
Yes.
60?
Yes.
Wow. All right. Thank you. Then my second guest.
We're still trying to connect with him.
The line is not going yet?
It's going. It's going. We're hoping that he'll pick up on the other side.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
My second guest is well known to you too, Barrister Fred Nzako. Is a development economist. He's one of those erudite brains in the bar. He's presently spending his holiday in the East. But he has joyfully told me that whatever you want me to do, I will do it. I will suspend my my holiday for 1.5 hours to be with you. So now, before we bring them in, let us look at the issue we want to talk about today. In the first place, Olusegun Obasanjo, between 1999, when he became president of Nigeria, till when he departed in 20, what is that?
2007.
2007. He looked at states of matters in Nigeria, and he knew, according to him, which one to be sustained, which one not to be sustained. He looked at the Nigeria refinery, the 4 refineries, 2 in Port Harcourt, 1 in Ekpa, which we loosely call Warri, then 1 in Kaduna.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Uncle Fred, Barrister Fred.
Yes, the Guru, the global Guru, good morning.
Let me greet you first. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you and to our esteemed listeners.
And you have Obaro with me in the studio here.
Yes, happy New Year and good morning, Mr. Obaro.
Thank you, Fred Izako, development economist. Happy New Year.
And
thank you. Happy New Year.
No, why don't you wait? Let me report to you. Kayode is not in the studio today.
Wow.
My presenter today is Femi. One Oga Patapata in the sport desk.
Good morning, sir.
Because
good morning, my good brother.
Because Kayode have been invited to Ghana for the swearing in of the new president.
That's a good one. You bring love reform.
No, he's a very, very good one because he's expected to master one of the ceremony at the swearing in of the president in Ghana.
That's a good one.
Thank you. And thank you very much for agreeing to take 1.5 hours away from your busy schedule of what you are celebrating.
Thank you, the Global Guru.
Yes. So I was just backing on quick analysis of what exactly is happening. Please just give me 4-5 minutes. You listen to that. Then I will hand over to you and Obaro, please.
Thank you.
All right. Now I was saying that Olusegun Obasanjo look at many things, and some people were willing to tell him the fact, told him that these refineries are now carcasses.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way they will be useful. And Olusegun Obasanjo said, okay. But later now, Olusegun Obasanjo revealed that he invited Shell and told Shell, you started with us in this country. Why don't you come and manage? Shell said, no, we will not. Okay, have a stake there. Shell said, no. Okay, then after he invited the managing director of Shell, why is it that you rejected everything? And the managing director, according to Olusegun Obasanjo, gave him 4 reasons. But prominent among them is that we will not be involved because the level of corruption at those of refineries are too heavy. There's no way we can be involved. 2, the configuration of whatever you have there, they are not efficient enough for coming to the, is it downstream now they call it, operation. 3, what is the volume? What's the refining capacity? So we cannot do. But the most important one, that according to Obasanjo, that makes the level of corruption not there. So Obasanjo said, okay, if they are carcasses, then Obasanjo now said that. He now said, okay, let's put it together, even if it is a scrap. Somebody will want to buy it. I think Obasanjo called Dangote. Then Dangote now agreed. And Dangote now formed a consortium of, there's a name, the consortium is called, and all those. Then eventually, the consortium now bidded. They arrived at $750 million. And the deal was done. The consortium paid the $750 million. Then Obasanjo handed over to Yar'Adua. But when Yar'Adua now came, Yar'Adua reversed the matter. Yar'Adua now returned the $750 million back to the consortium that Dangote formed. Obasanjo said he was worried. He went to meet his successor. Why? He said, then Yar'Adua told him that it is because NNPC came to meet me to say, we will be able to run it and we'll be making profit. That money, we will make more than that, maybe in 1 minute or 2 hours. That for that reason he returned it. Then Obasanjo now ended by giving a proverb in Yoruba. You want to go and cultivate heaps where you'll be planting your yam. you cultivated 100. But you told people you cultivated 200. Obasanjo now said, Yoruba said, at the end of harvest time, having harvested the 100 that you really cultivated, then you must harvest 100 lies to represent those you never cultivated, but you said you cultivated. That let us see what will be going on there. Then the story is that NNPC did not go happy. NNPC will not be happy because top NNPC official, no, not NNPC official, a minister once asked me, he called me at 2 a.m. and asked me, Uncle, I have spoken to you about this refinery. Why would you keep talking about it? And that was when they took loan of $1.5 billion from somewhere in Italy to put refineries. They will tell us Port Harcourt, but nobody will tell us either number 1 or number 2 because there are 2 refineries to put it. And after some months, they went to take another loan of $1.4 billion to put the Kaduna Refinery and Warri Refinery in place. And before this, when they applied for the loan and when the loan was to be approved by the president for them, I was talking of it, telling Nigerians and everyone in the world who care to know that this money will be wasted and that as of the time that the lifespan of that government will be finishing, not 1 liter will be refined, which proves to be right now. The minister, I think they sent somebody, then he called me. But on that night, when I came on air, that night, after I came on air in the morning, he called me to ask me, Uncle Godi, I say, how are you, blah, blah, blah. He said, forget about family. This is number. He said, but I will talk to you that don't talk about this. Then he told me something. Painful to Nigerians, but not painful to me. That now that you've explained everything, how do you think we are now helped more than us? And this money, most of this money had gone into accounts. Which account? Their own accounts. So, if what Obasanjo said he was told or not told, we hold to it. Then NNPC now invited Obasanjo, come, let us show you the technology which you could not put up, which you have put up, probably something like that. Which Obasanjo has responded to that is an insult. Then let us come to Yaradua. Femi Falana. Femi Falana happened to be somebody I so respect. Let us come and see what is happening. Femi Falana now explained the reason why Yaradua revoked that contract and refunded the money. First of all, he said the refineries were offered to Bluster Oil, a consortium comprising Dangote Oil, Zelon Oil, and Transcorp Oil. Dangote name is known in Nigeria. Zelon Oil used to belong to Femi Otedola. Then the Transcorp will know what it is.
Yes.
And let me read one more thing, which Falana said. The statement reads, under the Privatization and Commercialization Act, the Vice President is the chairman of the National Council on Privatization, a body that is charged with overseeing the privatization and commercialization of public enterprise. In utter breach of the act, President Olusegun Obasanjo sidelined Vice President Atiku Abubakar and took over the privatization of blah, 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 blah. Then let me read this way. I will stop. Before the deal, President Obasanjo had acquired large share in Transcorp through blind trust. I'm quoting now section of Falana language. Many interest groups in the country questioned the legal validity and moral proprieties of the sales as they were consummated in the last days of Obasanjo administration. On May 17, 2007, President Obasanjo sold a 51% stake in the Port Harcourt Refinery to Blue Star Oil for $581 million. In another transaction that took place on May 28, 2007, President Obasanjo sold 51% of shares in Kaduna Refinery to Blue Star Oil for $160 million. Every other thing has become historical. Now, as I will allow my guests to take over leading the discussion, let me add this. One, Obasanjo is never a seat. It couldn't have been one. Because apart from this that Fallon now revealed, I remember one time when they were calling themselves thief, Obasanjo called Atiku Abubakar thief. Atiku Abubakar now replied publicly that I'm not the only thief. You collected money from so deposit to buy a Prado for your girlfriend who used to go out with so person. Which means that statement admitted that yes, I'm a thief. You too, you are a thief, Ogami. So two of us are stealing together. So Obasanjo couldn't have been a seat. But equally, let us recognize that Obasanjo used some individual to form what he call corporate Nigerians to achieve all he achieved. One, all managing directors of all the banks. He would have breakfast with them every last Saturday of the month in Ota, in his farm. All the managing directors of the bank. He will have a breakfast with them on the last Saturday of every month. So he used them. And he used Dangote very, very much with Otedola, Femi. Whenever he want to launch anything, he will tell them to organize the corporate war together, and they will give him favorable result. Now, that was Obasanjo, and he achieved. Of recent, he made it known to the Awujale of Ijebu that, in fact, Michael Adenuga, he brought him in so that he can accommodate him to achieve results. That is number one. Number two, there was no doubt about it. Obasanjo with Atiku Abubakar, his number two person, fell out in the second tenure. I'm not going to go into the history of this year because one of those documents that came on NTA 4 p.m. news was typed with my laptop at Rockview Hotel in those issues. So I'm not going to go into those details here. The reason of the fallout is well known to both of them. Maybe one was stealing more than the other, one want to attempt more than the other, I don't know. But by their admissions, most of them admitted themselves to be tertiary. I'm not saying stealing, no, tertiary, whatever that is. Then, another thing I want us to recognize is that Obasanjo left in Nigeria in 1979. When he was leaving, he bought 26 ships to the Nigerian National Shipping Line. This, out of the 26 ships, 24 of those ships are ocean-going, double propeller, double hull. By the time Obasanjo returned in 1999, from 1979 when he left, not one single even boat in one of the ships was met on ground again. All of them had gone. So it was for this reason that Obasanjo stood today that let's make the atmosphere favorable for entrepreneurs to take off, but not government going into it because you will end up everything. And that is why he stood more against Nigeria Air. That Buhari did not agree with him, and Buhari brought the nephew. What is the name? That duped Nigeria all those big money, and when
Hadi Serika.
Oh, thank you very much, Serika. So these are the issues. All this we should look into, and please let us call with true verdict what is happening in between NNPC. I will start by asking the question: what is the refining capacity of NNPC? How many barrels of crude can NNPC refine in a day? I'm talking, this question is for you, Obaro. John bringing Dangote, Kaduna, Warri to Port Harcourt. What is the total refining capacity of those two? That's number one. Number two, even at 60%, we are told now, suddenly, they are working now. How many liters can they bring to the market?
Thank you, Guru, once again. But before I answer these questions, there are some certain things I need to clarify. As
long as it's not more than 1 minute.
Yes. Mm-hmm. When you were reading all those things, you mentioned one particular name, and the entire family sued that person. I don't have the capacity to afford lawyers to go to court and audit and all that. But that individual, you said he mentioned that at the time Obasanjo sold the refineries for $750 million US, that the refineries were worth over $5 billion.
Yes.
How did he come at this figure?
Okay.
Has he been physically present in the refineries? Has he seen them? How did he know that the refineries were worth over $5 billion US? And I have said that time with that number, that if I have to take those refineries from the NNPC, I will have to charge them. In case he does not know, you are a lawyer, you are not a technical person, you are not an engineer. You rely on the information you are fed from technical personnel. So please, I respect you on other jobs you do, subject to verification. But on this issue, sir, sincerely, and I say that you are so wrong.
Okay.
That is one. Then two, from 2002 or so, when Obasanjo privatized telecommunication, the experience he has using the private telecommunication companies and MTEL, which is the Nigerian one, are they the same? Three, when you mention some particular names, I am not saying that this one is a saint, or because I'm supporting this one, or because I'm not supporting that one. No. But when something is done and it's right, we should commend that. And I have said that the reversal of the sale of the refineries is considered by me as economic sabotage to this country.
Okay.
Then coming to your questions.
Yeah.
Because
then
if
you have only 1.5 minutes for this
it's
question.
not a problem. It's more than enough for me to answer them.
Yeah.
Nigeria total refining capacity, I've said the time with that number as well, 445,000 barrels per day. And by design of this refinery, NNPC has allocation of 450,000 barrels per day. The 5,000 above is for guarantee, to guarantee their supply. Additionally, suddenly the refineries are springing up now, right? If the refineries are working, don't forget, there was a presidential directive that the local refining capacity that was allotted to the NNPC should be given to the Dangote refinery and other local refineries.
Yeah, presidential order.
Now, the refineries are suddenly working now. Even some of them now become a blending plant. Because the refineries are designed to produce this product, not to go and blend anywhere.
What's the meaning of blending, by the way?
NNPC should tell us before they will invite me.
No. I brought you here because what's the meaning of blending? They are blending in Port Harcourt. What's the meaning?
I really don't know, but according to them, they said that they are blending it to bring it to Nigeria specification. So why should I go and buy a blended product when I have a premium product from somewhere?
Are we talking about the product? That's the spirit itself. Is that the blended product you're talking about?
PMS.
Yes.
Right? That is according to the NNPC.
Okay.
But by design of those refineries, the refineries are designed to produce premium motor spirit.
Okay.
I mean premium, not blended.
Okay. Now, even at 60%, because you say what is working 60%, if Port Harcourt is even 100%, can you give or take?
Let me state it clear here that you cannot start up any plant and begin to run it 100%. Okay. Even at operational and optimal level, you cannot run your plants at 100% because of wear and tear. So the plant is meant to be run at 70 to 75% for longevity.
You said the refining powers of both four refineries are about
445,000 barrels.
445,000
Yes,
barrels.
even the Dangote refinery cannot run 100%.
Now, okay, I think I've gotten enough for you. Let me
address something, because Nigerians will
then you have only 30
yes, which
seconds.
is the 60%.
30
Nigerians will go to bed and thinking that the refinery is producing. The Warri refinery is not producing, and it is not as even 20%. The reason is this: when NNPC took media to the Warri refinery, they target that they start up CDU, VDU, the gas plants. And the NNPC boss also said that the Warri refinery comprises of 3 plants. Excuse me, Warri refinery does not comprise of 3 plants. Warri refinery comprises of 6 plants, namely aviation, crude distillation. This is where they start up now, the crude distillation unit. The crude distillation unit is a single unit that has...
You have to economize this thing so that...
Yes, but the crude distillation unit is a single unit that has the gas plant, because you cannot process crude without the gas, the gas plant, and the VDU, which is a vacuum, because your residue coming from your atmospheric column must go to the VDU to produce feed for the catalytic section, and your naphtha is also meant to feed the reforming section for hydrotreating. And the Warri refinery is called Warri Refining and Petrochemical, which means you produce urea for fertilizer, and you have the carbon black section of that refinery, and you also have the propylene section of that refinery. So excuse me, the NNPC boss, with due respect, Warri refinery does not have 3 plants. And don't forget, even at 100%, the Warri refinery cannot be profitable. Why do I say this?
No, so you have to hold it, because you've gotten over 7 minutes. So you have to hold it. Fred.
Yes, Guru.
Please, I come to you now. But my brother.
Guru, I would have loved you to take part of my time and give it to Obaro.
I will do that.
Yes, definitely. Because Obaro is releasing the technical details.
Yes.
And they are sounding very sweet to my ears.
Is this sweeter than the food you'll be eating without me in the village all these days? Yeah. Now, but I want you to say one thing. I want you to tackle one area of the thing. How come that Kolo Yari, the group managing director of the NNPCL, have been able to remain there all this long, including telling the world lies? How come that these are legal matters? That's why I put them to you. How come that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not be able to deal with him and remove him? And all the lies, President is backing him to tell Nigeria that this is part of my reform agenda. These are legal. You have only 2 minutes, sir.
Guru, you remember sometime when the history of NNPC was told. It was told by you. And about the registration of an offshore company.
Duke Oil.
Where the name of Mele Kyari was prominently mentioned.
When he was just only 23 years old as a student.
When he was just only 22 years. So that tells you that he was captured as a pupil. He went through the system, and today he is like the headmaster of Nigerian petroleum corruption. He is like the headmaster. And being the headmaster, in charge of the diverse interests of all the people who have not allowed the Nigerian energy sector to grow. They have a responsibility to protect his back. They have a responsibility to back him, to support him, and to make sure that he continues being the headmaster.
Okay.
Guru, you recall one Mr. Andrew Yakubu, who was captured by EFCC of stealing 9.something billion
in that house in Kaduna.
In Kaduna,
yes,
of NNPC's money. How did the matter go? You recall all the facts and problems that we had seen in NNPC, that for many years, the organization was unable to declare a 1 naira profit for many, many years. You recall the fact that virtually every year there is a budget for turnaround maintenance of refineries in Nigeria. The 4 refineries that sometimes they will be referred to as moribund. Some other times they will be seen as active. Some other time NNPC will say they are operating at 25% capacity. Some other time they will say it has gone up to 35%. Some other time they will tell you they don't know the quantum of oil being produced. Another time they will tell you all manner of stories, and the stories are never consistent.
Yes, sir.
So with all these things, how do you expect that Melekere will be removed?
Okay.
When President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came up and removed all heads of parastatals and agencies of federal government, left the man in NNPC. That means, ipso facto, that the man is doing a headmaster job.
Okay.
Whether President Tinubu is a member of the board of the school where Melekere is a headmaster, because of the fact that so many people believe that something is going on between Oando and NNPC and the rest of the agencies and companies in the oil sector, I do not have the raw facts. But Nigerians believe that when the witch cries in the night and the baby dies in the morning, that there is a nexus.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
It is that nexus that the experts will have to tell us. And up to today, even with the lies told to Nigerians about the resurgent recovery, the sudden recovery of NNPC refinery in Port Harcourt, until journalists and experts and gurus like you found out that it was not refining, that it was blending. And up to today, many Nigerians, unafraid Nigerians, are yet to be explained what that they mean by that blending.
Okay,
they say they are blending naphtha and one other product, and what is the output?
Okay,
is it motor spirit?
My apology for busting in here.
I have personally called a friend who operates around the element, and he told me with all responsibility that nothing is going on in that refinery.
Okay, thank you.
Even as we speak.
Thank you very much. You've even moved too technical, almost as technical as Obaro would have done. Now, Obaro, I return back to you. Where would, if Dangote had not come on scene, do you see NNPC refinery suddenly gathering life, which is lifeless anyway?
Well, you have the answer already. You just want Obaro to answer.
It's Obaro that knows everything about this.
No, because it wouldn't. The refineries coming up now is that crude. Don't forget that Nigerians has always been fed with lies that there is no crude for Dangote. There is crude in this country for Dangote. Again, I said there is crude in this country for Dangote.
To go full operational, there is crude.
Yes. Guru, if the NNPC want to take a $3 billion loan now, there is crude to guarantee that loan.
Yes.
But there is no crude for production. You don't need to borrow for this one.
Yeah? Who is explaining to me now?
That one is on one aspect.
Yes.
Dangote refinery.
No, wait, hold on there. If they want to borrow money, there is crude to guarantee it. But for Dangote for refining, no crude. Go on.
When this administration came on board, I'm aware that the NNPC have taken loans well over $3 billion and guaranteed on crude production. The current budget that is still with the National Assembly has over 2 million barrels of crude production per day.
Okay.
On it.
Okay.
As a proposal.
Would Dangote need more than 1 billion per day?
Dangote need only 650,000 barrels per day. And I've said that Nigeria produces well over 3.5 million barrels of crude oil per day. Because the oil installations, when you set up a floating barge or a storage capacity or you mount your rig, is based on production, the volume you are producing.
The volume we are extracting from the air.
Yes, this is how rigs are mounted, are built. So they cannot lie.
Who cannot lie?
The rig.
The rigs.
Okay, now I wanted to know because when said Nigeria.
The rig. And I've said that Nigeria has over 120 flow stations. If you are producing that little, what do you need them for? Because there are operational
cost.
To run a single flow station, the economics involved in it is no joke and is huge cost.
Okay. Let's move. Yeah, Femi,
okay, because I just wanted to ask for clarity because the production, the content we produce every day, do we consume as much as we claim we produce?
No, don't forget that our production goes into international
exportation. Yes, because the long question, what you are trying to explain to us now is that the Warri and the Port Harcourt refineries are not working. Is that what you're saying? So,
did you say so categorically?
No, the NNPC claimed that they started CDU.
Yes.
And CDU only produces 10 products. Out of these 10 products, the finished products are diesel, LPG, kerosene. These are the primary finished products. Others are feed to other units of the refinery, e.g., naphtha, e.g., HAGO and LAGO. LAGO simply means light atmospheric gas oil, while HAGO heavy atmospheric gas oil. You understand? Then you also have atmospheric residue and vacuum residue. These products are used as fuel to power the heaters of the refinery and also sold to companies that uses a large heat for their boilers, because if you use electricity, the product will be way too expensive.
Okay, hold it there. I don't know how we'll go about this.
Yes, even made it more.
Yes, Guru. Let me highlight something that Obaro said, which is very important. Obaro said that
just 1 minute.
Nigeria produces about 3.5 million barrels per day.
Yes.
You recall that our budget is benchmarked around 2 million.
Yes.
The challenge we have always had is the quantity of crude oil that is stolen, and that is why when we had the last NBA conference in Lagos, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala as one of the primary guest speakers.
Yes.
The World Bank, the DG of WTO, Current World Trade Organization, our own Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala told Nigerians that he was very emphatic that it does not cost anything reasonably to put gauge in all our flow stations
to meter,
so that we'll be able to determine the quantity of our production. And when you determine the quantity of your production, you will now know how much is actually produced and how much that is stolen. And that is a way of arresting the theft of our crude. But up to today, despite all the hue and cry around the world, it is said that Nigeria is the only major oil producing country that does not know the quantity of
that
its
does
production.
not meter. Okay, thank you very much. My dilemma now is that this is 11:15. And I have too many things to do. The enemy has struck again.
Because the enemy hasn't struck, Guru. It just means that we'll have to get them another time. because even I have more questions now.
Because the enemy of this program is time. How do we go about it?
We need to set another time.
Because next week I have the program, the Ogoni matter. I'm bringing all the personal dramatists of Ogoni matter here. The Ogoni 9 and the Ogoni 4. Is it 4 or 5?
Almost at 10.
Yeah.
4.
4, thank you. I'm bringing them here to talk. I have arranged that one. Then another thing is that I'm equally arranging for next week to talk a little about Peter Obi. Was Peter Obi in union with the late Zeribe when the Association of Better Nigeria was formed? An association that was formed but was not registered. An association that aborted that republic that Abiola would have emerged. Could it be true that it was Peter Obi that had delivered the judgment of Basi Ekpeme, the late justice, to Uwosu, then chairman of INEC? These are what I organized. But my brothers, Fred, I can calculate this, that after this Monday coming, or should I move to lobby and be able to put the Ogoni and Co in a bed? What can you do to help me this next Monday, Barrister Zako? I'm not looking.
Let's have the Ogoni issue next Monday. Maybe the upper Monday, subject to availability.
Okay.
And Obaro's time, we can take a shot again.
Okay.
Because Ogoni is also related to oil.
Yes.
Oil politics.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
By then.
That's my humble suggestion.
Okay. By then, sir, I want to make a demand on you. I'm not looping you on telephone. Whatever the cost, if you need that I should carry you on my head to bring you to the studio, would you allow me to carry you?
Guru is capable. There's actually Barrister. There's a message for you, by the way. I'm just going to have to read it. This one says,
no, let me finish this one.
It's for him to help him to come. This one says, I love Barrister Ezeako. That singular action of giving his precious and most valuable allotted time to Obaro describes him as a selfless and not a greedy person.
Okay.
Very kind of him. By this heartwarming action of Mr. Fred, my PVC is waiting for him. Should he want to contest for any future elective posts in Nigeria? Jonathan from Agoro.
Thank you. Hold on. Obaro, he has suggested that the arrangement I made on ground should go on this next week Monday. But the upper Monday, he says subject to your acceptability.
Mm-hmm.
You see, when my father hosts some meeting in the house, they always say, is that not what we agree? Who will then say no?
Your father will say, we are now talking of 20th of January.
Yes.
Barrister Zako, we are talking of Monday, 20th of January.
Yes, we are good.
Okay, thank you very much. Obaro, is that who agree?
If not,
so, gentlemen, I want to be very, very thankful to you this time. And I think 20th, I will manage it better.
Let me read more messages for them now. People are giving.
Yes. Okay.
Let me just read small.
No, read just a few.
Yes.
My people
this one here says, good morning, Lagos Stocks. Please help me thank that man in the studio. That's talking to Mr. Obaro. Help me tell him that he will live 120 years with good health for always saying truth to us. That man too much. This here is saying, it says, please loud your question again. Politician Soba, I'm not sure the guru has the answer. In my opinion, the Ebonyi State governor shouldn't mention where his children school, because if the bad guys do their rubbish, they will know where to get 30 million. Also, he should expect the answer to this, where do I get the money question, because the governors will show him where to get it. He has answered
to that question.
Yes.
He's looking. He has made himself prepared.
He has made himself prepared, yes.
That audacity to say this and this.
This is good morning, Barrister, Mr. Obari and Daddy Guru. I think Prince YS should be in the best position to tell us the blending activities of PH Warri Refinery.
YS is not a professional in the oil industry. Go ahead.
Honorable Ade, thank you very much for the message. This here says, when I realized that Obaro would be in the house via the Guru X page, I knew it would be interesting. When Mr. Obaro is in the house, listening to him gives me goosebumps, goose pimples is what he writes. The amount of rot in the oil industry. Thanks, Ezekiel from Ejigbo. Robert says, good morning, Taz. Please, how do I contact Obaro?
Okay, you have to reach me after I would have come out of this program.
Okay. This says, good morning, Guru and Crude. The more I listen to some analysis and with biases, the more we get confused, or they confuse themselves, not Nigerians. Other stations have confirmed that the Port Harcourt refinery is working. Lazy reporter and doubting Thomas's rethink. Emmanuel.
It's okay. He's entitled to his own opinion.
About Obaro, Mr. Obaro is here.
No, he's entitled to his own opinion.
All right, good morning.
Is our phone
Guru.
working?
Yes, it is.
Okay. After this, please try to reach to. Let's listen to 2 telephone calls.
I says I smell a rat with this new information connecting Peter Obi and Enorme. This is wait for next week.
You wait
for next week.
you know the Guru will not come out with anything frivolous.
Napoleon is saying he wants to buy more time for the show. By the way,
yeah.
Napoleon is saying, where can we buy more time for this program?
Okay, try to reach me immediately. Will come off, and you know that number that I will call later. You reach me on that, then we agree on that.
One call. Good morning.
You have become a very
Good morning.
Hello, good morning, the Guru.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
And Obaro. God bless you all. Happy New Year. My name is Obasanjo. Now, I want to ask this question. In a certain country, knowing the fact or even insinuating that Tinubu has any relationship with the Wando oil, do you see the man in charge of the petroleum industry, like something? Do he have anything to do with oil, detailing, dairy, and then being the minister for petroleum? If he wants his conscience to declare, should that happen in the same society? And in this case, what should we do?
Okay, Peter.
Right, thank you very much.
Sorry for today. I want to restrict it to only 30 seconds. Yes.
Okay. Let's see if we can take. No, we've taken. I'm waiting to see if I can get another one in. I'm not sure time will permit us. Okay, let's squeeze one more.
Hello, good morning, gentlemen. The Guru.
Yes, sir.
And Obaro and the.
Good morning. Yes. Good morning.
Yes.
Femi.
Okay, Femi. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Mr. Oswald calling from Journalist Estate.
Okay.
You see, just like what the Guru, several times I listened, the Guru, God will give you a healthy long life.
Amen.
Tell the truth, you hit the nose, you hit the nail on the head. Keep it up. But I hope if you find yourself in the villa, you will not change like some of our colleagues who were there during Buhari and the ones currently there. Yeah, you just said something that these people said they're entitled to their own opinion.
Yes.
And besides, if Warri, Port Harcourt, any of the refineries are working, do we need to thank them? No, those who said they want to lead Nigeria, they are not putting the refineries in order with their own personal money. It's Nigeria's money.
Okay, sir.
So they need to plead to us for delaying, for making transport best. I don't want to say much.
All right, sir.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right, sir. Thank you so much. Because of time.
Because of time. Femi, I permit you to read one message, please.
Just one, okay. Good morning, Guru. I am indeed impressed by Barrister Nzakaro's response to allocate his time to Mr. Obaro.
You read that before.
Why are the professionals indulging NNPC and his management by not speaking out against the fraud going on like the Nigerian Air? Alex from Ikeja.
Okay. Barrister Zako,
Yes.
as we wind up, let me ask you a question. Do you see President Bola Ahmed Tinubu fighting the accumulation of corruption in NNPC? Can he do it? Has he the power to do it? Did you see him with the potentials of doing it? Half a minute, please.
He has the power as the president and the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. But whether he will want to do it, I do not know.
Okay.
The morning says the day. Nigerians expected that by now, Mele Kyari should not have been on that seat. Okay. But with the retention of Mele Kyari, I am as confused as any other Nigerian, whether Mr. President will want to do it or not.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right.
Barrister Zako, now you are released, not even on administrative bill, without anything. Yes, but we have a date on the 20th of January, Monday 20th of January, by the grace of God. God will keep you over and above that time.
Amen.
Amen. I keep you too.
So, Obaro, the last question for you, and your answer should be only 30 seconds. When do you think Nigeria NNPC can move from blending in Port Harcourt to give us directly, according to the terms which that refinery is established?
Thank you. But once again, those refinery, a lot of things need to be reviewed. By their design, they are designed as Father Christmas.
They are designed as Father Christmas?
Yes. For example, there is a question I would have loved to ask the legal luminary, Femi Falana, that does Kaduna actually need the refinery or they need the products?
No, sorry. That Kaduna
needs a refinery.
They need the products.
Well, they need the product first.
Has Kaduna Refinery not undergone reconfiguration?
It has, but if we go into that 30 minutes is not enough.
No.
But what I want to ask him is, by design of those refineries, they design as Father Christmas. And when you design your plant as a Father Christmas, it is not going to be profitable. Let me give you another example.
No, that example, please.
No, the Warri Refinery.
You have to hold it
till 20th.
Okay, but finally, Mele Kyari is retiring in 4 months. But in Nigeria today, we know that some careers, when their time to retire is approaching, we hear that they have a bill pending somewhere now, and their retirement has now been penned to political tenors. So I bet any changes should be leaving.
Okay, thank you very much, Obaro. We want to appreciate you. Please keep another date with us. By the grace of God, Monday, 20th of January, 2025. You'll be with us. That will be settled. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Now, I want to thank all of you. We have only just 2 minutes to round up this thing. I will do something. The opinion Obasanjo offered, the NNPC invitation, which is nothing but, let me not be too much harsh language, because it's the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. I'm still eating rice and chicken. Mm-hmm. Then, finally, I will upload everything to my website by the grace of God by 2 a.m. this night. I will operate. So go to my website, which is www.godwintheguru.org. Then you can read everything and go through everything, so that you yourself will understand the matter we are discussing more than anything else. I have told you what I have slated for future, and somebody is criticizing here, listening for us. If we have the facts, you will be forced to. So you can follow the Guru on Twitter, X, at Godwin_Buebu. Then I've just given you my website, which is www.godwintheguru.org. Then you go to Telegram through the friends of the Guru. You can follow to hear what is happening there and what is actually happening, reality, as we put it. And of course, you can go to my YouTube, which is Godwin the Guru YouTube channel. Then of course, that telephone number for the person who want to buy more time for this program. Please particularly take note of this. Because of you, I will call it very slowly. The telephone number is 0906 887 0014. One more time. 0906 887 0014. Femi, I want to thank you for doing a very good job.
I do my best.
Thank God you are not far away.
Never far away. It's the
very,
first.
very new.
I hope we do
but
this.
I can tell you, because of the pleasant way you handled the affair today, I will try.